Hello, I'm Jared,
And I'm Jenna.
and this is another episode of
Drag Therapy.
So, on today's episode of Drag Therapy, we're going to introduce one of the cars, and that's your car.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your car.
My car is a 71 Buick Skylark. I purchased it back in 2017. I was kind of creeping Facebook Marketplace for something, and it caught my eye, and I could not let it go. And then the day I showed up and heard it run, she came home with me.
Kind of reminds you of your dad's car a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. He had a 72 Pontiac Le Mans.
Gotcha.
Which is something I was trying to go after, but the Buicks just stole my heart.
All right. Well, tell us a little bit about your history with the car since you've owned it.
So since I've owned it, I've done a lot of repairs to it. It had a pretty nasty oil leak on it. When I got it, it had the whole undercarriage completely covered, which kind of helped out with rust. So she was pretty solid when I bought her. There's a little bit of mud. Well, I'm being generous. There's a lot of mud in the fenders, but the car is pretty solid in general. So I fixed some oil leaks, got its tune a little bit better on its carburetor, and since then I started drag racing it. My best time in the beginning was a 12:34 in the quarter mile, and then when I was down at Mason-Dixon, I think I was about to get my 11:99 pass, and she ate her transmission and rear all in one fatal swoop. So it has a new rear in it. I put an 8.5 in it with 33 spline axles from Strange. It's a full spool, and then I also put a turbo 400 in it as well with a lot of goodies.
High capacity drum,
Yes.
billet valve body, trans brake, all the goodies.
Yeah. And the day that I put a two-step in it and I can utilize my trans brake will be really awesome.
Right. And as far as the motor, what don't you or do you know about it? It's kind of a mystery machine, huh?
Yeah, just a little bit. So I'm thinking a lot of it's stock. I think it had some head work probably done to it. I'm not sure exactly what heads are in it. I guess I could run the stamp numbers on it and see which heads are on it. But it does have the B4B intake, 850 Holley carburetor. That's one of the things I'm going to be changing here soon is that carburetor. It's had a lot of hands into it and a lot of things done to it. When we had it at the track, it was doing all the opposite things we wanted it to do. And you would think running it out on a cold day that she would have got more lean. She got more fat on the street. So there's something going on with the carburetor that we can't really get our finger on. So I'd rather just replace it.
So, what are your plans, so to speak, for it?
So I'm going to change out the water pump. I got a new awesome cool water pump from TA that's supposed to help with the flow and help it run a little cooler. Right now she likes to run between 195 to 200. So hopefully this will bring it down just a little bit. I'm going to put an SP1 intake on it. And we're going to see how she flows that.
Yeah, it's got a good radiator in it. A good aluminum, big thick core radiator in it. Mm-hmm. But these things were kind of notorious for running a little warm.
Yeah, big block problems.
So
I do have a mechanical fan on there. Eventually I want to go back to the electric fans. When I was playing with little bugs that were here or there, it was a wiring mess when I first bought it. And it was overheating like crazy. I put a Black Magic 3200 CFM electric fan on it, and she wasn't having it. She was still running 210, 215 degrees. So I just said, I'm just going to get rid of it for right now and put a mechanical fan on there and let her run. And then as I modify things and fix things and kind of figure out what's going on under the hood, then I'll go back to it.
So, as far as your racing career, last year was well, not last year, but the year before. So, 2021 was kind of the first year you made your first pass.
Yes.
Where was that?
At Cecil Dragway. I made 4 passes. My first one, I was knocking on 14 second door in the quarter, and then by my last pass, I got it down to 12:34. So I was super excited.
All right, and then a couple passes at the local track, 8th mile. This car's been consistent.
Yeah, consistently in the 8th mile. I did get it down to a 7:43, I think was my best pass this year. Yeah. So I'm getting close to that 11 mark. I'd really like to be in the low 11s with this car. I mean, 1050s, I would be jumping for joy, but my excitement would be in the low 11s right now if I can get her down there.
So, and went up to Beaver Springs for the BOP not nationals, but the BOP meet they had up there in July.
Yes. That was an awesome time. However, it was hot. But it was an awesome time. The Buick community is really awesome. They're really helpful, willing to help out, answer questions, kind of steer you in the right way. But that was super cool time. Friday was hot. We did some racing. I got knocked out pretty quick. Saturday the same way, but it was fun bracket racing. And then Sunday, she stayed consistent with me, and I was actually able to win.
Yep.
And that was my first bracket win.
Went 5 rounds, and your last race was against Dan Chait, and he was dialed in at like an 850 to your 1278 or whatever it was.
Yeah, those guys' cars were super fast.
Yeah.
It's awesome to see them coming up behind you. It's kind of scary at the same time. I definitely had my foot like trying to go through the floorboards, just trying to see if I could get through the traps before they showed up.
Yeah, good guys, quick. And then to end the season,
we went to South Mountain Raceway.
Yeah, Ran Trophy.
Yep, Ran Trophy. It was actually really cool. The last 3 contestants were 3 girls. I thought that was really wicked. The one girl that I raced up against, she was younger. She did an awesome job in her car. Actually won that race. I didn't expect that to happen. We both broke out horribly bad. She just broke out a little bit worse than me. The cars were not running consistently that day. I would make a pass, and I would be running like almost to 750, 760, and then the next pass where you'd think she'd slow down a little bit because it was hot, she'd ran quicker.
Yeah. But all in all, so what are you want to go 1150s?
Mm-hmm.
Well, a few things since then. What's your plans?
So on this motor, I'd like to try to get it in the 1199, like see how far down I can get it without beating the crap out of it and losing it. But on the background, I have another block that I'm going to slowly start putting together.
Over there?
Yep.
We'll see that on the next episode, I'm sure.
Yes. So slowly I'm going to put that together and just have fun with this one.
But street car, right?
Street car.
That's the fun of it. Drive it, race it, drive it to the track, not trailer it like my jump. Drive it to the track, go 5 rounds of bracket racing, take a trophy home,
Drive it home. However, on that drive home tells me I need LED headlights. It was a little dark back there. I was definitely following his tail lights.
Yeah, more upgrades. So anyhow, just a little bit about the Buick. This is Jenna. This is her first time on the channel. We're revamping it, but it's going to kind of be our experiences, whether good or bad, and just having fun. So we'll catch you all later. See ya.